I feel like we've been on the outside of the gun conversation for so long as gun owners. Like, I just have this image in my mind of us just throwing rocks, like at the outside of a building. We're like, stop taking our gun rights, stop taking our gun rights. And I've really spent the last couple of years asking myself, how can I be more effective?
Yeah.
And it's go teach the very people who can influence the policy.
We are here at NRA 2025. They're about to kick us out, but we had to talk to Amanda before we got out of here. Amanda, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So glad you're here. And really, we connected because I guess we got connected on Instagram, and I was just like, she's doing some cool stuff. You know, just swiping. She's doing some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out what what it all encompasses. So like, help me understand, and of course, we're gonna help the viewing audience understand all the things that you're doing in the Second Amendment space.
Mm-hmm.
What are you all about? Who is Amanda?
It's been a long journey. So I got thrown into the firearms industry in 2011. I was on History Channel's Top Shot.
Okay.
I was on season 3, and it just catapulted me into the industry.
There's a lot of Top Shot people with Top Shot in their name, like on Instagram and like whatever.
Yeah.
Who were any notable names go with you, or were you?
So Dustin Ellerman won my
Top Shot
season.
Dustin.
Yep,
Yeah.
Top Shot Dustin. Yep, and then Mike Hughes, who has CERT, he was on my season. They've really stayed super connected in the firearms industry.
Yeah.
Phil, he's really big on YouTube now. I forget his last name. He was on my season. But yeah, there's quite a few people that stayed in the industry and then a few that left. But I started having women seek me out, and they were saying I'm fairly feminine in the way I dress, and they would just kind of size me up. They would see I was shooting an AR-15, which if you don't know anything about guns, you tend to think that's a really powerful gun, and it's overwhelming, and it's going to knock you down. We know that's not the case.
I mean, try 308 or 308.
There you go. There you go.
What I mean?
So that's the perception, though. And so women would literally be like, well, if you can do it, I can do it. And I'm like, yes, you can. So,
but isn't that such a good thing, right?
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, I got certified to be a firearms instructor through the NRA, and I was teaching a little bit here and there. And then my career's just gone all over the place. And now what I'm doing is I teach with USCCA quite a good bit. And they've really connected with me because I solo ride all over the country on my motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so I carry a firearm. I ride by myself thousands and thousands of miles. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
You're wild at heart. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. So it's been really fun. And then I'm teaching a class as well. So I wrote a class called Firearm-Informed Therapy, and I work with mental health clinicians to address their biases that they bring into the client-clinician relationship that will make them not provide as good of services to firearm owners.
Yeah.
And firearm owners overwhelmingly won't go get mental health services because we assume the clinician is anti-firearm and they're going to red flag us and all that crazy stuff.
Well, I mean, that is, unfortunately, I'm not going to say like it's true, but it's like what we believe.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't want to say too much because I already mentioned that I have a crazy cool gun collection because we're trying to connect with people. You already told them about all the things.
Right.
And or on the other side, even if they have no idea what you got, no idea you're a gun owner, well, I'm really struggling with this and I have these dark thoughts sometimes. And then you say the wrong thing and boom, all of a sudden, you have some sort of action taken against you. That's what we think is going to happen.
It kind of is. I mean, now that I'm working with mental health clinicians, I do a survey coming in and a survey leaving before the class on their thoughts around firearm ownership and how they would handle certain situations. And overwhelmingly, first and foremost, they don't know. Like, they don't have a plan, which is kind of ironic to me because they're always like, well, we need a firearm safety plan. If you get in a moment of crisis, you need a firearm safety plan. And it's like, well, what is your plan as the clinician to talk to this new client you have about safe storage? And if, in a non-judgmental way, if there is ever a crisis, here are your options. And you have a ton of options prior to extreme risk protection orders or red flag laws. So, and they're highly uneducated on it, but overwhelmingly they've been willing to learn, which has been really awesome.
I mean, the willingness to learn, I think, is kind of what separates us from or at least it separates like wise people and people who are going to make it in life to people who are just going to kind of sit at the bottom of the barrel and never kind of overcome. And so that's good to hear, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear
Encouraging.
that the people that are tasked with kind of safeguarding the mental health of America in their sphere,
Yeah.
right? Because it's all of our responsibility. It's not just your shrink, right? It's
Right.
everyone,
Sure.
men with men and women with women, and people who can speak into people's lives with positivity and strong words, or even some tough love sometimes.
Sure.
That can be a thing.
Sure.
But kind of getting back to what you've discovered.
Yeah.
You said you're riding across America on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. That's awesome.
Awesome.
It's awesome, but you're also strapped up because it's a dangerous world out there. Especially for a lady who you say you dress more feminine, but as you're riding, I know you have to wear certain riding garb.
Right.
certain gear to be safe.
Yep.
And there's this also big concern of mine is a lot of four-wheel motorists don't like bikers because of different things. And sometimes I get it because they do some crazy stuff.
Yeah, we can get pretty rowdy on our bikes, but it still doesn't give a cager the right to try and run us off the road.
I mean, yeah, that's
They do.
That to me that's attempted murder. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
I'll catch a case for that. So
It's kind of wild the things that bikers will say too, because there's a lot of people that do carry firearms that don't have the education they need around them. And they'll very flippantly say something like, well, if someone tried to do that, I would just shoot them. And it's like,
jeez.
that no, you can't, and you can't even say that,
No.
Because we're going to perpetuate these stereotypes that we don't want perpetuated, that we're irresponsible firearm owners.
we can't beat the allegations because of that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Jeez,
So,
Brett, what are we doing?
it's frustrating.
Dude. So you said you're teaching this class to clinicians.
Yes.
Are you teaching students too? Who all are we teaching?
So right now it was written first and foremost for mental health clinicians. And I
Okay.
was approached by a gentleman who owns a few talk therapy practices, group therapy practices in the Denver metro. And he is a mental health clinician. And he said, my clinicians keep coming to me and they basically freak out about guns and they don't know what to do and they don't know how to address it. And he is a gun owner. He's pro Second Amendment. And we got connected through a mutual friend. And so we started talking about the problem 3 years ago. And we're like, yeah, there's a problem. We don't know what to do about it. So through conversations, the class came about.
This is actually crucial because we've gotten to a point where some guys have created list of hey, these are firearms friendly therapists. We shouldn't have to have that.
Right.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Firearms friendly therapist. It should kind of be a non-issue. Oh, I have butter knives in my house. Okay. Do you have a dog? Great. Wonderful,
Well, the whole point of being a mental health clinician is you're supposed to have no biases or judgment at all because people are seeking mental health services for a variety of things. Humans are quite interesting and
Right.
odd. I'm sure there's a lot of things we go seek mental health services for.
I mean, people are into some strange stuff, and not
Yeah.
all of it is okay, well, you need to be institutionalized, buddy.
Yeah,
Shoot,
it shouldn't be a political thing.
No,
there
not
should
at
be no
all.
politics in receiving mental health services
Seriously.
ever.
No, you're absolutely right. So do you have a degree in this or what?
Right? Why am I qualified to do this?
And I'm saying that,
I love
but I'm
that.
not saying
Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you have experiences in life and you have seen enough and have done enough in a field, you should be able to speak to it intelligently. If you can do
Absolutely.
that,
Yeah.
who cares if you went to an institution and spent 4 years, 2 years doing gen ed courses on humanities and then,
Right.
math, and then another 2 years doing the same, but also now I have 300 level courses. That's just nonsense to me.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes the best degree is doing life, but
Right.
I do have a bachelor's of science in nursing. I'm a registered nurse.
Okay,
and
so you've worked with people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand mental health to a certain level, understand the medical field, and I have created and carried out clinical research and published. So I've got a published study on the National Institute
Why
of Health.
did you say so?
Yeah. So I am a published clinician.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That changes everything.
Yeah, right.
According to those in academia.
It
you know what I
really
mean?
does. It does. Yeah, being published is really a big deal. And then
Yeah.
my study's been cited over 100 times by other studies now.
You see,
so
you
it's kind of
see.
exciting.
Lead with that next time. Golly. Yeah,
I
hey.
just like for people to think I'm just a biker. Just a biker.
Just a motorhead.
Yeah, there you go.
doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
No, But that's really cool. Now, being that you can do both, right?
Yeah.
You can be a biker chick who runs around strapped to the nines and
Yeah.
is teaching women how to shoot, and also, registered and all this and
Yeah.
have published and all. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, look at you can do both. We can
Yeah.
have both.
Yeah.
That said, what is next for you? What are we doing in this next year? Why? Like, what is there something you would like to promote or share, or do you just want to let people know, like, hey, this is out there?
Yeah, well, I'm really leaning into the motorcycle riding. I've picked up a few sponsors already to start going with me on my trips. So I've got different gear I use on the road.
Very cool.
I am partnering with USCCA. They are going to be a huge partner of mine on this trip to show how to prepare for a motorcycle trip, to show how to carry across state lines. When I travel into California, they do not reciprocate my concealed carry permit from Colorado.
And it's not like you could just like hide it in your trunk or something.
Exactly. So I partner with them. I partner with Sticky Holsters. I've got a makeup company I partner with. So it's really blending all the different aspects of my life.
If you come to me 6 months ago and said, hey, I'm trying to do some makeup stuff with guns, I would have been like, okay, whatever. And not because I'm sexist, but because I think that sometimes we try to blend, things that just don't mesh.
Right.
But I met a woman named Amber GJ.
Okay.
Or Amber Johnson.
Yeah.
She's out of this area. And she has, when you look at her demographics on like social media, it's literally 70% of her followers, like 75, are women.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, so there are women out there who are feminine, who aren't wearing cargo pants and collared shirts. And I'm not trying to say that can't be feminine enough, but who really lean into it because you got your pearls on, your earrings, and you got the whole
my
thing,
makeup, yeah.
all done up, and you're a gun owner, you're very serious, and you're promoting Second Amendment in a way that's not just like, hey guys, come vote for my politician of choice,
Right?
Yeah, King so and so. It's like that's not what you're leading with. You're leading with, I want to help gun owners, and I'm willing to talk to the people who you're afraid of.
Yeah.
On your behalf.
Yes. I'm burning it down from the inside out.
Yeah.
It's because I feel like we've been on the outside of the gun conversation for so long as gun owners. Like, I just have this image in my mind of us just throwing rocks, like at the outside of a building. We're like, stop taking our gun rights, stop taking our gun rights. And I've really spent the last couple of years asking myself, how can I be more effective?
Yeah.
And it's go teach the very people who can influence the policy. I'm teaching on the state level in Colorado now. Like, I've got entree and rapport with different statewide agencies that make policy about firearms. So it's a very young relationship, but I'm going to nurture that. And I want to show them that gun ownership does not equal violence. All the things that they try and tell you in Colorado, gun ownership equals bad, equals bad, equals bad. Name whatever they've passed a law on lately. That's what gun ownership equals and why they had to pass a law. No, we need to address mental health. We need to address a fair living wage. We need to address mom and dad not being in the home with the kids. We have like systemic problems in our society, which is why people resort to violence. Who's the most dangerous person on earth? A hopeless person. What makes somebody hopeless? Well, when you destroy their family, their job, their income, their health, that makes you hopeless. That makes you dangerous.
Wow. No, you're absolutely right, because hope is one of those things where that means they did you're absolutely right. I'm going to let you just have that moment because you just nailed it, right?
Yeah.
Kind of going onto the other side. Are you working? Is this your sole effort, or have you partnered with any of these, big like, hey, mental health organizations? And I guess there's another question after you answer that one.
Yeah, so we work with a lot of different groups where the mental health is very, very collaborative for the most part.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm really focusing on that class. I'm going to modify it for physicians as well and for nurses because they ask you now if you own guns. And that information is starting to be recorded and reported.
Right.
they're asking that in the schools as well. So I'm starting to do some work in the schools. Colorado has a bill out right now that's going to require the schools to print and disseminate information on guns and gun safety. You best believe I'm going to do everything possible to be on whatever task force or committee or whatever term they put to it.
It's always some funny
The group
term.
of people, I'm going to be in that group of people that helps create that literature, because I want to make sure it does not perpetuate that gun equals bad, gun equals bad. No, but we do need to have conversations about safety.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And I 100% agree with you that we have to be involved in that conversation.
Yes.
Now, there have been some people who see like different like gun mental health organizations working with different people, and oh, these people are connected to this, and there's Bloomberg money involved, so yada yada.
Right.
Or this one clinician who did this study that you guys referenced is anti-gun. Like, are you at all concerned or afraid or perturbed by the idea of working so closely with these people who are oftentimes ultra anti-gun? Because I know you're working closely with the USCCA and like
Right,
really
yeah.
pro-gun people, so it's like it's
Yeah.
not like you're taking Bloomberg dollars or whatever.
Right.
Unless you are, then
I
you
would
should tell me
love to
now.
take their money and work on pro Second Amendment stuff. That would be like the ultimate flex.
Right. He's like, oh, by the way, I stole your money.
Yeah, right. I'll send your money on pro 2A stuff. So, no, I'm not concerned about, because, honestly, you're always going to have haters in life. I mean, no matter what you do, no matter what good you think you're bringing into the earth, someone's always going to tell you didn't do it good enough, right enough, fast enough, hard enough. And like, that doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with what I'm doing. And I think what we need to do is have more conversations with people that hate us or want to take away our rights. Because as long as we're over here and they're over there and we're all just yelling at each other, I've never had anyone convince me of their viewpoint by belittling me or fussing at me or degrading me. And I feel like that's what's really happened, at least in Colorado, with the Second Amendment. So I'm like, you know what? If you will give me a seat at your table and we will be nice to each other and really have an actual conversation with each other, I will sit at anybody's table.
Yeah.
I may not get the outcome I want. You're certainly not going to convince me of anything. But if I can at least understand you better, if I can't be effective if I don't even know what I'm going against. I have to know these people that are taking away our rights, because I don't know how to effectively save our rights if I don't even know what's really going on to motivate them.
Seriously. No, that's a great point. Speaking of haters, and I guess this will be our last question, because we are kind of coming against the wall, and there's people packing up right next to us, and they're acting, giving me the side eye, like, "Hey, bro, y'all said 5 o'clock. I got this."
Yeah. Hey, I'm thrilled and honored to close out the NRA convention with you.
Hey, well, I appreciate that. Now, I guess the question is, have you gotten much pushback? Or do people send you DMs? Are there people in the space who maybe give you a hard time? Can we be really honest about that?
Not about the firearm informed therapy class, but definitely. I mean, it's not super loud, but there's definitely been like shade thrown around in the industry.
What does this shade entail? Like, what are they trying to get at? What are the points?
It's so childish.
It's like personality stuff. Like,
Yeah,
they don't
it's
like
like
you.
it's like middle school drama.
Okay.
I'll hear someone like, "Oh, so and so said this," and I'm like, "Cool, what are we, 12?" Like, okay. No, like I've never had anyone come at me for anything I'm actually doing. It's been
Anything
stuff.
legitimate. It's just like,
I've had people like
she
make
thinks
fun of
this.
the color of my hair because I'll let my gray grow out for a while and won't dye it. It's been like
God, what?
really elementary stuff.
Like I'm like rolling my eyes because I'm just like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Here I'm thinking they're actually
Yeah.
going to say something of substance, like,
No.
oh yeah, she stole money from a company or something.
No, I'll
you know?
get a DM every now and then, and someone will be like, "Your lipstick is too much," and I'm like, "Bro, my company's called Lipstick Tactical. Like, I'm gonna wear too much lipstick." No, it's usually something really immature. It doesn't bother. I mean, that does not bother me, because if everyone loves you and everyone likes you, you're not standing for anything. And I'm sure I'll eventually catch some heat for something I'm doing, but. I think right now people don't really want to push back on me, because they know I'll be like, cool, you go ride your motorcycle around the country all by yourself and get into the industry by yourself and write a class and get intellectual property rights put on it, because I've done all that.
Yeah.
So
stuff that is honestly like, I don't know how hard it is overall, but who knows how to do it?
yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
And well, I'm glad you said that because it's one of those things where, what do they say about the man in the arena?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Dude, the guy who's actually doing the thing,
Yeah.
he has to incur all the cost, all the investment.
Yes.
Shoot, I mean, you look around, and I've said this too many times because I'm still sticker shocked. The
Yeah.
amount of money we spent getting set up to come here.
Oh, I can't imagine.
And God forbid somebody say, well, why is he, for those who are watching, why isn't the backdrop more done up? Dude,
Yeah.
send me a check. I will decorate
Exactly.
the backdrop. Become a member. Thank
Yeah.
you. By the
Yeah.
way, go ahead and purchase some memberships if you're on YouTube. And if you are on the locals, Discord, wherever you are, you can support via there. Thank you so much. That
Yeah.
said,
Yeah, this is a great program. I'm excited for us to get connected.
dude, no, I think you're fantastic.
Yeah,
and I
thanks.
want to do what I can to support you. Speaking of support,
Yeah.
how can people support you directly? Do you have
Yeah.
some sort of thing, or do people can people buy a book or what's the
At this
thing?
point in time, the best thing someone could do would be connect with me on Facebook or on Instagram. Those are the two social platforms I'm most active on. It's Lipstick Tactical. It's all written out as one word. And I am shadow banned. So help me beat the algorithm because I do use my socials to really connect with people when I'm traveling around the country. I mean, that's how we got connected.
Yeah.
I'll find ranges to go and I love to do interviews and I love to highlight people's products and I love to collaborate with people. So that right there is probably the best thing you can do for me as a small business owner right now. There will be other ways in the future, but right now it's just help me get my message out
Yeah.
and show the algorithm that what I'm doing is good.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. This
Yeah.
is a suggestion,
Okay.
and I hope we accept the suggestion and people will listen and be like, ooh, as soon as this happens,
Yeah.
I will be on it.
Okay, what?
Email list.
An email. So you can sign up for an email list when you go to my website, which
Okay.
is lipsticktactical.com.
So here,
Yes.
that's what we're going to do, guys. After you follow her on the socials, go to lipsticktactical.com,
Yep.
sign up for the email list. Like that's the homework.
Yeah.
Like I'm being so serious.
appreciate that.
Because at the end
Yeah.
of the day,
Yeah.
you're banned on social media. Like they could literally delete your account.
Yeah.
But you have your email list.
Yeah.
And you can connect with your people.
Yeah.
And find new ways to connect.
Yeah.
That said, this has been really fun, Amanda.
Yeah.
Any last words?
No, this is great. I'm excited to see another small business owner grow and succeed and help spread a good word.
Yeah, I'm excited about what
Yeah.
you're doing. This has been really cool.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.